What's up, guys? It's your boy Metal Stop here. I've had five girlfriends. I've had five girlfriends, and all were toxic. Let me be very clear that I tried my exact best to be the best boyfriend I could be. I just talked to them, had a conversation, and that was it. I did the things I regret with my last ex, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's been done, it's over. But she was very creepy towards me. First off, my first girlfriend was a girl from 7th grade. We dated for a bit, and then I dumped her. And then years later, I get curious and I decide to take her out on a date to Bob Evans in Gahanna. We hang out, we both have pancakes for dinner, and then I ask the guy comes over with the check. I tell him, "Hey, I'm not done ordering yet." He says, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then I ask for the smiley face sundae for me and her to share. And then we go to the park over in Gahanna to look at a trail and stuff. And then date's done. Then we go on a date to a Mexican restaurant and my spring dance at high school. And it was overall really fun. Then she invites me to her prom, and then I go to the effort to get a new tie and a pair of shoes, and then she says I'm not invited. That's just mean. I then go on a date. Well, then also, reason why me and that other girl didn't work out was because she threatened to commit suicide, and I kept telling her I didn't want to lose her, and it got to the point where, like, yeah, she invited me somewhere but didn't invite me. Like, oh, you're invited to my prom, but now you're not invited. That's mean. My second girlfriend was a girl that was popular girl in school, and we went out, or no, we never went out. It was all just text. And her ex called me and told me to back the f off. So my mom and I, we go to police and we like put a report on the guy, and the guy gets arrested. And then it got to the point where I got in trouble with my parents because I said I was going on a bike ride, and instead I went out to the church to wait for me and this girl to have sex. Turns out it never happened. And then it's pretty clear that this person was not a nice girl because her ex boyfriend, tried to, well, threaten me to back the F off. So I was like, you know what? I've had it. And I instantly ended the relationship. I dumped her. And then years go by. I graduate high school. And then I get another girlfriend at a day program called Linda. Linda's like in her 50s, and she like we're dating for a good few minutes or so. We're kissing, we're holding hands and rub each other's hands. And then a few days in the late shift, she has a tantrum in the middle of the day program, throws a chair, and then hits like a staff that's Muslim wearing her hood and stuff. So I was very mature about it. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I dumped her. She had a hissy fit. But I was very mature and let it go. Then I dated a girl named Brittany. I'm saying the names of these people. I shouldn't be saying the names. I should really stop doing that. But I'm only saying their first names. It's not like I'm saying their full names, so I think I'll be fine. But I dated this girl. We we go with the program to a park, and me and her, we have some intercourse, and then I think that me and her feel the same way. Turns out she doesn't feel the same way about me. So I was like, you know what? Dump her because she doesn't feel the same way I do. Then she doesn't want to be with me. So then I date another girl, and we go on 2 dates. We first go to a park, and we then go to a thrift store and hang out for a bit. And then it gets to the point where I want to spend the rest of my life with her, and I want to get married to her and stuff. We talk about sex, we talk about all types of things, and it gets to that point where we like go out and stuff, and eventually I break up with her because, well, she's just being, she was not the right age for me anyway, and also she used to have a criminal record, so I instantly dumped her. But then, like I said before, when I wanted to date her again last year, she just like pretended to date me and pretended to be single. You know the one I'm talking about, guys. And Bun Bun. She lied about being single just to make her boyfriend mad. Just an evil person, an evil girl, evil woman. So then, before this girl did this to me, another girl or woman that was in her 40s, I dated over and over and over again. We keep breaking up and get back together, breaking up, get back together. And this year was the final time I broke up with her. But the thing is, she always loved my body. She didn't love my feelings. The most creepiest thing that this other woman did was that she would do something like, she would go like rub her hands or down my shoulders and breathe super heavily. That is creepy. You don't need to do that in order to let me know you love me. I felt so speechless and awkward just feeling that on my shoulders. And then she does a random thing where she says she's thinking about me and her being naked in a theater room in public. What the fuck? And then, if it wasn't weird already, other stuff happened. Drama, a whole bunch of like activity, and there's nothing I can do about it. It happened, and we kept breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. Eventually, we never became girlfriend and boyfriend again. And this year was the last time I was together with that person that loved my body, not my feelings. So, I've had a lot of toxic women in my life, and it's hard for me to admit it, but I don't need a girlfriend. All I need is family and friends. And I know, like, all of us are, like, some of us are Gen Z, And we grew up in the 2000s. We know that some people aren't going to like the same things we like. I obviously grew up with a family that got me into 80s rock and roll and 80s metal, 80s movies, and 70s, 60s, 50s, and 40s music, and 80s and 90s music and 2006 music. But like, I got into that stuff because of my parents, mom, and Adster, and my real dad, Uncle Eric, my grandma, my grandpa. Those people got me into classic old movies. That's why I like this stuff. If you see around me, I got a classic picture of Superman right there and the Joker over there. I got a Darth Vader action figure set, and I got a whole bunch of DVDs and VHSs of classic movies from Ghostbusters to like Flubber with Robin Williams, Monsters Inc., Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, Space Jam, freaking RoboCop, Red Skelton, Laurel and Hardy, the all-time classics, and I got Frankenstein and Men in Black, Air Force One with Harrison Ford, and Airplane with Leslie Nielsen. Those are some classic movies. And then on the left here, I got Top Gun, Galaxy Quest, Return of the Jedi, a Red Skelton collection. I got Out to Sea with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. I got Grumpy Old Men with Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. E.T. I got Animal House. I got Batman and Batman Returns. So it's pretty clear that, yeah, I'm a retro fan. I like all this stuff. But that doesn't mean all women like that stuff. I mean, there's some bits and pieces of Gen Z that like that stuff. But I don't think I'm ever going to get a girlfriend. Maybe someday one will pop around and I'll get to bunk with her and we get to experience some dating, and then we can eventually like be boyfriend and girlfriend, and after 5 years get married. But right now I don't see that happening. I'm a single man and I like to make YouTube videos and have fun. So once again, I've had 5 toxic girlfriends and it weren't pretty. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And I'll see you in the next one. Well, pow!